Well, hey, TAF, Christmas is just a couple days away, and if you're like most people, you probably have a Christmas morning tradition. Maybe you sit around the fireplace sipping on hot chocolate or coffee. Maybe you have a big Christmas morning breakfast. If you have kids, that tradition might be running in as quickly as you can and opening up presents. But most of us have a Christmas morning tradition. But if you were homeless, if you didn't have a roof over your head, if you didn't have a place to call home, almost all of those traditions would be impossible. If you've been around TAF for any length of time, you probably know how much we emphasize impacting our community, how much we want to do to help the homeless in our community. It's two reasons why we do that. The first is biblical. Jesus tells us to reach out to those who are less fortunate, to feed them, to clothe them. He tells us to do that. So there's a biblical reason to do it. But the second reason why we do that here is that way back when we first started the church, you may have remembered me putting a graphic up on the screen that said that the Piedmont Triad area, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, High Point, was number 2 in the nation in food insecurity. People did not know where their next meal was going to come from. Those are the two reasons why we have chosen to try and impact our community as much as possible for those dealing with hunger. Well, what does that have to do with your Christmas morning traditions? Well, every Friday morning, we feed the homeless in Downtown Greensboro at Center City Park. Every Friday morning we're there. If you happen to look at your calendar, you know Christmas is on a Friday. So that means, yes, this coming Friday, we will again be downtown Greensboro feeding the homeless. Those who can't have those Christmas morning traditions, who won't be able to sit around a fireplace, who won't be able to have a big breakfast, but we're going to do all that we can to make Christmas special. We're going to go big this year. We're going to have presents. We're going to have food. We're going to make the food on site. We're going to do everything that we can to make their Christmas special. So I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to break those family traditions. Break those traditions and come out and help us help the less fortunate. And I want to challenge you that. And I also want to give you a guarantee. I guarantee that if you do that, if you come out Christmas morning, you will leave that park with a bigger blessing than you would have received on those traditions that you normally do. The reason why is that's what Jesus would do. If Jesus were still physically present here on earth and in Greensboro on Christmas morning, he would be feeding the homeless. Those who were hungry, that's what he would do, and that's what he would call us to do. So I want to challenge you to come out, and I want to guarantee that when you leave, you will not think that it was a waste of time. Because that morning, you can have a new Christmas tradition. You can be the hands and feet of Jesus. Hope to see you Friday morning. Merry Christmas.